Sometimes making financial decisions is a real pain in the neck for many people, especially when it comes to understanding the right time to save, the right time to invest, the right time to have an emergency fund, the right time to stop certain financial habits and building the right habits that can help you to also grow wealth, improve your financial stability, and of course, put yourself in a position where you have minimal, little, or no losses. Now, bankers actually think about money differently from everyday people, and this is one of the reasons why, till date, being able to structure your finance just the same way the average banker thinks can help you to make improved and better financial decisions. Most people never learn about these financial decisions even till the last minute. And that is the reason why today we're analyzing how bankers think and how they make financial decisions. And if you can just follow these simple steps, it will help you to be able to know how to structure your finances better. Now, why does this matter? Most people work with money, but bankers design systems for it. This difference changes everything and it sets a contrast between your effort and financial structure. Effort is good, but if there is no structure, then it means that your effort is just going to waste at the end of the day. Now, bankers don't start with income. They first of all ask a very crucial question: how much do you earn? Then they ask, how does your money move? This flow matters more than an amount, and that's the reason why in past video sessions, in past live sessions, I have said it time without number that being able to have financial discipline and being able to save, invest, and take care of your finance like any responsible financial adult, it's not just about how much you earn. There are people that have earned high income and still end up being broke at the end of the month or before the end of the month. So money is a system and not a feeling, and that is why emotional spending is one of the bad spending habits or bad financial habits that put people into a lot of trouble. I mean, look at social media. People trying to get social media validation, people increasing their lifestyles even when their funds is not increasing alongside. So money is not emotional. People make it emotional. And that is why in today's session, we want to find a way where money can work for you instead of you working so tirelessly for this money. And this begs to show that systems reduce stress, emotions increase your mistakes. This is to show you that if you make intentional, practical, and logical financial decisions, you will make less financial mistakes. Now, if you can't see your money, you definitely cannot control it. And I'm not just talking about being able to physically see it, it's being able to understand exactly what comes in and how you spend. Remember, we always talk about tracking your expenses, tracking what comes in, tracking what goes out, and having a clear view every quarter on your financial worth. And this comes with self awareness. This awareness comes before you can even seek to have any level of improvement in making the right financial decision. Now, bankers think in terms of risk, not hope. Hope doesn't make you rich, hope doesn't make you wealthy. But thinking logically, strategically, having set defined processes and systems can help you to make better financial decisions. Now, a regular banker would ask, what can go wrong? Instead, most people would ask, what could go right? It's always good to think of what can go wrong first because risk awareness is what actually protects your stability, financial stability now in this case, and not emotions. Because money has to be assigned a job. In past classes, I always talk about how your money should always have something, a task it is going to achieve for you. Could be you want to go for a vacation, you want to pay your school fees, you want to pay for that medical bill, you want to buy yourself that pair of shoes. Of course, when it comes to spending, I always talk about prioritizing things you need to buy at the right time. And of course, the first option is always to acquire assets, more assets as much as possible instead of liabilities. And this is why every pound, dollar, or naira should have a purpose. Because if it doesn't have a purpose, you will end up doing what they call emotional spending. And if the money is not unassigned, then it disappears before your very eyes without you being able to account for it. Now, bankers value consistency over intensity. Consistency, simple explanation or simple example, is when you get paid, say $500 every month, and you save, just an example, $50 every month consistently. And even if your revenue or your income reduces, you still continue that saving culture every month, no matter how low or high your income is. Basically, small repeated actions beat big one-time efforts. So consistency in this case helps to build trust in your finance. And one of the major things you need to understand is that time is a core financial tool. Time is an asset, not just the money itself. So long-term thinking helps to reduce panic. It helps you to plan ahead of time and not wait for problems to come, and which means that if you are strategic, your finance can be a tool to safeguard you from unexpected mishaps, unexpected negative events that sometimes happen beyond our control. But using emotional reasons to make financial decisions is the biggest risk you can ever imagine. And what that does is it messes up your financial capacity, your financial stability, and your ability to make good financial decisions. So most bad money decisions are actually emotional decisions or decisions made in the heat of emotion. So remember the last time you bought something and felt so bad after buying it, knowing fully well that you cannot afford it. Yes, that is example of a bad money decision made under emotional duress. So calm at the end of the day is what creates clarity for you. And a banker has a specific design for peace. The goal is not wealth alone, but the goal is stability over time plus other options. This, in another word, can be said to be diversification of funds, not investing or putting all your eggs in one basket, as they say, to invest in different places with minimal level of risk or whatever level of risk is you feel you can take. So peace improves over time and peace improves over better decision making. So if you're to apply the Barker mindset in your finance, there are very things that you can do. Ask yourself, where does my money flow? Where does it come from? How does it go? Where do I share it? Where do I put it? How is it going? What are the returns on investments that I'm making from my monies? What is automated? How regularly do I automate these monies? When I mean automate, I mean when your salary or your income comes in, what systems have you put in place to share the monies into the necessary bank accounts, investments, emergency funds, or long-term goal plans that you have for your future? What exactly are you protecting? Your emotions or your wealth, your assets or your liabilities? What is my financial long-term plan? Those are the critical questions you need to ask yourself and put the necessary things in place to make better financial decisions. So the takeaway here is that money obeys structure, not stress. Money obeys systems and processes and not emotions. You need to learn how to build the systems first, and the next thing will be the income will follow. So thank you so much for staying with me. I remain Dr. Ish, and this is my channel, Finance with Dr. Ish. If you stayed this far, I'll be happy to get your questions on any areas you'd like me to talk about. Starting a new business, learning how to save, learning how to understand your income, cash flow, anything related to finance. And I'll definitely do my best to give you feedback, and I will be seeing you in the next one.